It's extraordinary because I don't think you can imagine that many people. So what you experience in sort of day-to-day is that when I started writing, people would say, what do you do? And I'd say, I'm a writer. And they'd say, will I have heard of you? And the answer was almost always no, you definitely won't. And they would ask me for my name, I'd tell them it, and they wouldn't have heard of me. Whereas now, it's really, really nice. More often than not, people have read at least one of my books and mostly enjoyed them, thank God. I write historical fiction based very much on real historical characters, set mostly in the 15th and 16th century. Well, it's the Tudor period, so it's of really perennial interest. And then I went further back in time to the Plantagenets, which is really the source of the Tudors' troubles and where they came from. So because I really deeply love history and I have a deep fascination for history, I was always going to write historical fiction, and my books are mostly in those periods, but also in the 18th century and the 17th century as well. The research is the most important thing. The way I like to write historical fiction, it's very much on the historical record, and the characters themselves are real historical characters. So basically, when I start working on a book, it's as if I was writing a non-fiction. The research I do is as if I was writing a non-fiction. And then the fiction comes in when you have to take a decision about conflicting historical records, or when you want to write about something of which there is no record. There are so many incidents where we simply, as historians, don't know what went on. And as a fiction writer, you're allowed to speculate. The novel form has always been one which has been very attractive to women writers. And the critics in the 18th century, at the birth of the novel, complained that women were engrossing the business. And I think tonight we've really seen, what happens when women get a chance to publish and readers get a chance to freely choose their favourite books. Of course, you're going to have a lot of women voices, and it's a great thing. I think, women should be heard, women's voices should be heard, and women should be rewarded for the work they do. And if you write a best-selling novel, you get your voice heard and you get rewarded.
A final round of applause, please, for all of our winners here tonight, and good night from me. Thank you.